So many surprises.
We are so prepared for our show. Oh, good Lord.
Wow.
Hello, everybody. What is
Where does
today?
the
I don't even know
time go?
I don't even know what today is. Is it Wednesday? Is it
Is
Wednesday?
it?
It's Wednesday
Yes.
today. It's Wednesday. It's hump day, you guys. Good morning. It's Wednesday. Mock, 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 mock.
Good morning.
We're so prepared, you guys. You guys should check out our website today and then scroll down where it says subscribe to our newsletter. And we go like this in the little graphic in the newsletter, and then click subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. You really should do that. Maybe not like right the second, unless you have like two screens or you have the capability to like do two things at once. Right. And if you can do that, congratulations, because I have a hard time doing that. But if you can do that, yay, do that. And then subscribe to our newsletter where you can get happy little news and also crazy news from us every single day.
Every day. Every day you should be checking that at least once a day.
Right.
At least. Okay. So there's just a lot going on, but like not really. You know what I mean? It's like one of those news days where it's not like there's just like the story of the day. There's just like all kinds of little stories.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to all of those.
Yeah.
Well, fancy you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is like, I have 4 screens.
Look at you. Elizabeth wins.
Go.
Elizabeth is the winner today. Ding, 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 ding.
The winner of the most screens award
is Elizabeth.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Your
Yay.
prize is nothing but love from us.
Totally.
Okay, couple things that we need to get to right away. Remember the whole cocaine story?
I do.
In the White House?
I do remember that. I do.
So the New York Post did a piece that says, the headline reads, White House cocaine may have belonged to someone in the Biden family orbit.
So that was the Post that did that? The Post wrote that story.
Well, this is, I'm looking at the story on the New York Post. However, the New York Post is using as its source for this story a woman named Susan Katz Keating from Soldier of Fortune Publishing. And that woman has made this report. She wrote a report on Sunday. She published on Sunday, citing 3 security sources who have informed her that this was somebody in the Biden family orbit and that Joe Biden knows exactly who it is. So she wrote this big piece about it. And then the New York Post tried to confirm that. They tried to independently confirm the story and were completely unable to. Like, numbers that she gave were not working numbers, or they weren't to the people that she said that they were. So I don't know how much validity there is to this story, except that I want to refer to my family from now on as an orbit.
Yeah. The Weaver orbit.
Yes.
And we're I'm going to be like, come on, Clark Orbit, get in the car. Clark Orbit,
this is my new favorite way to refer to families.
It's the orbit. So your immediate family now is an orbit. That's what you are.
People, I don't even know.
What is that? So we can just assume then it's so if it's not Hunter, it's Ashley.
Right. Because I mean, if it's in the family orbit.
Right. I mean, because it's either Ashley or it's Jill, and we're pretty sure that Jill's probably not doing coke. So it's because both of his kids are druggies, right?
He's not a good father. I don't know if we've mentioned this.
I think we've established he's like the worst father ever.
The worst.
So by process of elimination in the orbit, who is it going to be? It's either going to be Hunter or it's going to be Ashley. It's probably Ashley, right? Okay.
Why did they say orbit, you guys? Why is that a word?
Because they're Democrats. What's a word we can use to throw people off?
Right.
That's not family. It's like it's family orbit. You guys.
I mean, they still use the word family,
orbit, but it makes it sound bigger. Makes it sound like it's a planetary system.
Well, I do want to know what that actually means. Does an orbit include, for example,
like extended family?
Extended family, does it include in-laws?
Right.
Like, what does an orbit? How is that defined?
Like, is Joe's brother involved in that?
Is he part of the orbit, or is it just an immediate family? Is it the nuclear family?
I don't know. Does anybody know? Does anybody out there have an orbit? Because I just have a family. I don't know. I'm not a
These
Democrat.
are the questions of
Right.
our
I
lives.
just have a family. I don't have an orbit.
Pamela Carpenter,
stupid.
thank you so much. Pamela says, is that a noun, pronoun, verb? It's a great question.
I think it's a noun. I do.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it's
it is a noun.
uh-huh. Mhm.
But what it is, I
We
don't
don't
know.
know. We don't know.
I do plan on using it like all the time, henceforth and forthwith,
In
because why not?
in a sarcastic way, of course. Mhm.
Because it just cracks me up how journalists journalism, you know what I mean? It's just funny to me how they make
So
up all of the
stupid. And they all got together and they're like, okay, now we're gonna start using the phrase family orbit. And
and
go.
go.
That's totally what they did. It's so what they did.
Oh my gosh. Thank you to everyone who was so nice about wishing my Ella dog a happy 14th birthday yesterday.
Did she have a good day?
She really, really did.
Did
And
she get
now
cake?
she got these peanut butter macaroons or
Macaroons.
macaroons or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Maisie, of course, gets them too. I can't leave out Maisie. And they'll get more today because I got a box of 6. So just like I like to drag my birthday out, I will also drag out hers on her behalf. But I'll tell you, like, she has this new thing now that at dinner time, every night now, this is when she becomes the most playful. And so we'll be trying to eat and she'll be like hurling toys in our laps and wanting to fetch them and have us throw them. And she's just such a spaz. And you guys, I attribute so much of her energy to Rough Greens. And I know we've told you about Rough Greens before, but this is the perfect time to remind you in honor of Ella's birthday, you should also treat your dog to Rough Greens. This is a green powder for dogs that helps literally lengthen their lifespans because it's like getting a tune-up, an oil change for your dog. It's giving them all the live nutrients that they need, the vitamins and minerals, the digestive enzymes, the antioxidants, the omega oils, the probiotics, all the stuff that your dog needs to live its healthiest, longest life. And this is all due to naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, who has been working on this formula and perfecting it forever. And it's awesome. And they love it. That's the best part, right? You can try it for free. They'll send you a Jumpstart trial bag for free of Rough Greens. You just cover shipping. You just go to roughchicks.com. That's RUFF chicks.com. Get your dog on Rough Greens. They will thank you there, and you will love their energy and their shiny coats. And, I posted a video of Ella yesterday and she just looks so good for a 14-year-old
She
dog.
does. She does look good.
My sweet, sweet baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, roughchicks.com. Check it out. Okay. Also, in other news, we do need to talk about the fact that COVID cases are allegedly up 55% in New York right now, and doctors are fearing frightening new variants. So I kind of feel like they're going to start trying to do all the same things that they tried to do.
I blame migrants.
You should.
This is all, I'm serious. And people will go, you're a xenophobe, Daisy. You're terrible. You're a racist. Okay, fine. Call me that. But close the freaking border.
Right? It's out of control.
Yeah, it's out of control. He's let what, like 5-6 million people in? We have no idea what they have. And you think that cases of whatever is not going to go up? Well, then you're a lunatic. You're an idiot.
And we're cramming them all into these shelters or whatever. And so obviously that's going to be a problem with transmission of whatever.
You think?
I can't believe how absolutely incompetent this entire administration is.
I
We've got lots about the border to get to. Lots.
I mean,
this is about that.
It's just insane. You still have people in some of these cities that are running, like Democrats that are running. A lot of people, I don't know if you're playing it today, but I had a video of some woman that still in 3 years, she's not stopped wearing a mask. She hasn't left her home.
Oh yeah, we're definitely playing that.
I mean, there are people that still are like in COVID mode. And then the same people, the people that they vote for are allowing millions and millions of migrants who haven't been vetted for health or anything else. They haven't been vetted and they're letting them in, just letting them pour over the border illegally. And so I'm just like, what do you expect? Of course, there's going to be disease pouring across the border. I mean, Get a grip.
It's just so insane, and it's getting worse and worse. And we've got a couple of different clips to get to about that. One, also another thing too, is that Governor Healy in Massachusetts declared a state of emergency, demanding more federal funds, our money. They want more tax money. And Massachusetts is the only state, by the way, that guarantees emergency shelter to anybody that's homeless in the state. So, and she's always been very, very open to being a sanctuary state. And so now, once again, when they face the consequences of their own actions, who do they go to with their hands out? Us. And we have to pay it because we're not in charge of the money that we are giving to the government to do with what it does. And it's just so frustrating that they won't actually solve the problem.
Yeah. Oh There's some guy in DC doing the same thing. I don't know his name, but some dude had the audacity to get on a podium and I think it was like some councilman guy. And he was like, we need the National Guard to come here because we're being overrun by migrants. And it's like, dude, seriously?
There's a whole bunch of people down the street that you need to talk to about that.
Right. And this is in DC. I mean, again, with like all these sanctuary city places that are just like, oh, but come in. We'll take your tired and your poor huddled masses. We'll take, okay. We'll ask Nancy Pelosi to take some of those people into her house. Ask like all these other people that are like Washingtonites. I know that Nancy Pelosi is in San Francisco, but I'm sure she has a place in DC too, you know? I mean, but all these people who are in DC who are just like, oh, you know, I'm the person who's so benevolent and kind, and I will be happy to, you know, like house these people. Okay, well then do it. Take them in.
Yeah.
You don't see any of those people doing that. And I'm sure there's plenty of extra spare bedrooms in DC they can take these people into.
They've got room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They definitely have room. Also, before we get to videos, and I know you told me pre-show that this is a person that you have written about on our website at chicksontheright.com.
I love him.
There's a man that is fighting to become the new senator from Virginia. He is going to try to compete against Senator Tim Kaine. Remember him? He ran with Hillary as a vice presidential candidate, which is crazy. That guy is such a weenie. Anyway, this guy is a retired Navy captain. He's a refugee himself from Vietnam. He did a fantastic piece on foxnews.com about the fact that Joe Biden has essentially relinquished 6 U.S. embassies, 6 in his short time as president. We have lost 6 U.S. embassies, which is a travesty. Those are U.S. territories, essentially, that he's just been like, yeah, we don't need that anymore. We're just going to give it up and evacuate it because it's being attacked.
He's a complete badass.
Oh my God, this guy, he is a badass, but you guys, his name, I can't.
Mark is like laughing at his name, and I'm like, okay, fine. His name is Hung Cao. His name is Hung Cao, you guys.
It's like, not his fault that his name is Hung Cao. But
I think it's a great name. I think seriously, if you think about the double meaning of his name, Hung Cao. I mean, that in ranching terms, that's just a bull, you guys, is what that is.
I mean, he's a badass, no question about it.
Right.
But like, I just turn into a complete giggle fest whenever I think about his name.
I think it's a great name. I don't know why he's not getting more. I mean, whenever I've written about him a couple times in the past 4 months, and I'm like, he needs more of a following. Like it's right. Hung Cao. It's Hung Cao, you guys.
And that may be why he's not getting more traction. I don't know.
I think his name is the reason he should be getting traction. Hung Cao.
I mean, so you guys, the first name is Hung, just like it sounds, Hung. The last name Cao, Cao.
Right.
And that's his name.
Right.
And I just am speculating. I'm saying it's a possibility that is preventing traction. I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, because if I were in Virginia, I would vote for him.
Oh my God.
Second.
You're not playing anything by him, right? You're not like showing people what he looks like or anything like that. Okay. No. Look, like if you afterwards you can go to our site, you can do a search. I've written about him a couple times. There's a lot of videos out there about him. Super impressive guy, Hung Cao. I'm gonna say it as many times as possible, just so Mock will giggle.
Okay, I'll just share my screen really fast so everybody can see his happy little face.
Yeah.
And all the pictures of him on Google.
He's not related to Long Duck Dong, no.
Let me
He's
see
not.
here. Okay, so here he is. This is a good one.
He's just awesome.
There he is. He's a badass, you guys. He's a tough,
complete badass. And
tough dude.
He's, oh my God, he will kick everybody here. He will kick all of our asses. Like, I'm seriously.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not at all suggesting that you shouldn't vote for him if you're in Virginia. You should.
Everybody should vote for him.
I'm just struggling. I'm having a bit of a struggle is all.
I love his name. I think his name is completely awesome. Hung Cao. It's a bull.
I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm incredibly immature.
She's basically a 14-year-old boy when it comes to, we kind of both are, but that's
I'm sorry. Anyway,
I
would love to have him on the show, and I would tell him.
Oh my God, it'd be so great to have him on the show. And then, and the first thing that would happen, she'd make fun of his name, and then he'd probably leave.
I wouldn't make fun. I would just say, that your name is like.
Right. She'd do that, and then he'd go, "I gotta go," and then this is why we're not invited to things. This is why. This is why we never get to do anything cool. This is why. Right.
We do cool things.
Mm-hmm. Right. This is why. We're like the Romeo and Michelle of the Republican world. This is why.
Oh my God.
Because we make fun of people's names. Okay. This is why.
Anyway, that's his name. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Guys, stop being so immature.
Vote for him. You guys vote for him because he's awesome.
For real. You should absolutely
vote
for him. Stop saying it.
Why? That's his name. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. So before we get to videos, I would like to let you know that Natalie, our friend Natalie in Phoenix, you guys, if you were at the Phoenix meet and greet, you may have met Natalie. You probably remember Natalie. Natalie wrote me the other day and she was like, okay, I finally did it. I went and I ordered Field of Greens. This is the green powder for humans. And it is absolutely delicious. This is what you take when you know that you're not very good at getting all of the daily allowances of your fruits and veggies. So this is chock full of them. And the other green powders sometimes use extracts. This is the whole organic fruits and vegetables right here in a delicious powder. You just take a scoop, pour it in a glass of water, mix it up really well, and then drink it. And it tastes like a yummy fruit drink. And she got this exact flavor, the wild berry. This is my favorite. And she was super impressed. And so I was super impressed that she finally bit the bullet and got some. And she's going to feel energy. She's going to feel newfound energy, which is what you get when you get what you're supposed to get with your daily allowance of fruits and veggies. So if you are terrible at eating fruits and veggies, this is your cheat code. This is the way that you cheat and still get all the benefits of fruits and veggies without actually consuming large quantities of broccoli and pears or whatever. You can just get it in a green powder, easy peasy. And you can get 15% off your first order of Field of Greens when you go to fogchicks, fogchicks.com. Use code CHICKS to get that 15% off discount. And then if you decide, listen, I'm going to get this routinely because I know I need this in my life, you're going to get an additional 10% off on any subscription order. So fogchicks.com. Be like Natalie. Everybody should try to be like Natalie.
Be like Nat.
All right, on to videos. So this first one, Biden made himself another gaffe. I know that's going to come as a huge shock to everybody. And I'll just let you hear it for yourself, and then we can discuss.
The Grand Canyon, one of the Earth's 9 wonders.
Oh, my God.
Wonders of the world. Literally. Think of that.
Literally.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It is. It's truly amazing. He obviously does not listen to Stevie Nicks. You guys know that song? It's like, if you didn't learn it in school, then you had to have learned it from Stevie Nicks, right?
I'm going to cut him a tiny bit of a break. I know. I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I shouldn't count him. I shouldn't.
It doesn't even sound like 9 doesn't even sound like 7. It doesn't. If it sounded like 7, then I'd be like, okay, well, they're maybe the same, maybe he screwed up because there's not even, why are you cutting him slack? Why?
Well, why? Okay. And it's not even about the number because he clearly messed that up. There's no excusing it. And in fact, later on in that same speech, he said, oh, did I say 9? I meant 7. He tried to fix it, even though, it was kind of too late to fix it. But what I will say is that I'm terrible about remembering the 7 wonders of the world. And I'm always amazed that the Grand Canyon is not one of them. It's considered one of the natural wonders of the world, but the actual original 7 wonders, it's not one of them. So he is wrong about that, but that's what I cut him a break for, because I'm always like, it should be. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's fine.
So
God, you're really being nice. That's fine. But when it comes to the 9 and the 7, I mean, I feel like that's just something that it's ingrained in our heads, where it's the 7 wonders of the world.
yeah,
Right.
it is.
He just needs to shut up and read off the cue cards. You just read his little teleprompter, read the cue cards at this point, and then shut up. Like
It's
all other
true.
times, just shut up, except for when he's with this orbit. You
Which,
know,
again, we don't know who that
we don't know
includes.
who that includes. But it's just like, just every other time, just read what's given to you, because he
Yeah.
just cannot stop making blunders. He can't.
It was just bad, you guys. It was
Yeah.
just really bad. Really, really bad. Also, this is not related to the wonders of the world, but I did like that somebody put together this sort of reminder that Joe Biden lies. And that what's even funnier about the fact that he lies is that he constantly says, I give you my word as a Biden, as if that means anything. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's the worst word ever. Don't ever give your word as a Biden, because you
Don't
are
do that.
famous for lying.
Just
you know?
don't do that.
So this is a little montage someone put together about this promise, this vow, this oath that he gave to all of us, insisting that he would never, ever tax anyone making less than $400,000. Here's how that has gone.
Guarantee, a promise. I've never broken my word. Anyone making less than $400,000 will not see one single penny in their tax raise.
President Biden breaking his promise not to raise taxes on the middle
The
class.
Senate Democrats look to fast-track a bill that multiple now nonpartisan experts say would raise taxes on nearly all Americans.
Give you my word as a Biden, no one making less than $400,000 a year will see a penny in their taxes raised.
The average tax rate for nearly every income bracket would increase.
I will not impose any tax increase on people making less than $400,000.
Taxes will rise by $16.7 billion in 2023 on Americans earning less than $200,000 a year.
No one earning less than $400,000 a year will pay a single penny more in federal tax.
Joe Biden has drawn the line at $400,000 a year. The committee does say it would raise taxes on people below that line.
I mean,
Oh my God. It's the Biden. The
please don't
Biden
give your word as
promise.
a Biden.
It's like the Ted Bundy safe space. Okay. Thanks, Joe.
I mean, it's just so laughable, especially when he had to actually exit a presidential race back in the day for lying.
Yeah.
So when he says something as ridiculous as "I've never broken my word," you're lying saying that sentence.
People don't remember that though. What was that, back in the 80s? Was it the
That
early
was
80s?
forever ago.
God, it was like a million years ago. So long ago. But the people now that vote, they don't remember that even happened. They don't remember that he plagiarized his way through law school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't remember that, because so many of the younger voters are like, oh, but he's just this old politician that just jumped into the race. They don't know that he's been there for like 1,000 years. Yeah, it's just the thing. Nobody knows.
Oh my gosh. Well, and the other thing that Biden has to worry about right now is that it doesn't matter how much he wants to tout Bidenomics and insist that the economy is doing awesome. No one believes him. And Jake Tapper is very, very troubled by that.
So the White House clearly trying to gin up excitement for President Biden's 2024 campaign.
Yes.
His CNN's poll from last week found that President Biden's approval rating is at only 41%. Only 37% of Americans approve of his handling of the economy. I said this in our staff meeting today. I feel like I've been noting this for 3 years. President Biden is out there heralding such and such, and the American people disapprove overwhelmingly. 3 years in, we're still having this conversation.
Still having the conversation because the connection isn't happening.
The connection isn't happening.
It's the connection. It's not the actual job that he's doing and how he's destroying our country single-handedly. It's the connection, you guys.
We just haven't connected those dots.
Right. It's because we're a bunch of dumbasses. That's what it is. It's us. It's us. Hi. We're the problem. It's us. It's not him. God, what a bunch of jerks. What a bunch of elitist jerks. How dare they? They're just they're blaming it on us, the American people. We're the ones who are out here. Right. We're the ones who are out here suffering with all the, economic disasters this guy's plaguing on the country. And then they blame it on us.
Yeah.
Like, screw you, Jake Tapper. God.
Well, yesterday we talked about just what a complete scumbag Biden was, always has been, and especially has been to the Gold Star families of the service people who lost their lives as a result of his incompetence in Afghanistan. So we showed those videos yesterday. Well, now there's a new video of a survivor of that evacuation who lost an arm and a leg and who was in hospital when Joe and Jill came to visit him. And he described his experience of that meeting. And if you already hated the Bidens, you're about to hate them 10 times more because their scumbaggery just knows no bounds. Jesse Waters did a great summary of this whole thing, including the interview right here.
Well, for a politician whose brand is empathy, Joe Biden should know how to treat injured combat vets. It's been 2 years since the disgraceful and deadly exit from Afghanistan, where 13 service members needlessly perished in a Kabul airport terror attack. The commander-in-chief was captured checking his watch while waiting for the flag-draped coffins to return to U.S. soil. He called the evacuation an extraordinary success. But the people on the ground knew that it was a catastrophic failure.
Oh, my God.
Tyler Vargas Andrews was a Marine Corps sergeant who almost died during the deadly evacuation. He lost an arm, he lost a leg, and sustained shrapnel wounds throughout his entire body. When he was here at the hospital recovering, he was visited by Joe Biden. Here is the story of that visit.
Right away, remember him coming up to me, trying to shake my hand. I try to shake my right hand, and I look at him, and I'm like, I don't have an arm. An inch of my fingers are showing, and just grabs my fingers. Doesn't greet me or anything, just that's what happened, just grab my fingers. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And, almost immediately starts talking, about how their son served in the military. And he leans over me and he's this close to my face. And he's like, what do you want? And I said, what do you want? Yeah, he said, what do you want? And I said, what? He said, what do you want? And I'm just confused. I just got blown up. Saw my friends die next to me. I'm I just want to be myself. And he's like, huh? And my mom's furious. And she's like, he said he just wants to be himself. He just wants to be him. He didn't know what to say. They ushered him out of the room, and that was that.
That was a very powerful story of a private moment with the president we thought we'd share with you because it tells us something's deeply wrong with Joe Biden on a human level.
Yep. Just was disgusting.
There's a guy or somebody, RIP MAGA, that's in our commenting section right now.
Okay. Not anymore.
Yeah, thanks. Because I was about to just go off on that individual. He was, yeah.
How do you defend that? Is he trying to defend Biden
he's defending it. Yeah.
Oh, he's, my God.
Yeah, he's saying that these people are crybabies and stuff.
Oh, my God.
I just can't. I can't with those kind of people. I can't. It's inexcusable on every level. Yeah, I'd like to see that person come out from behind their keyboard and say that to the parents of these 13 dead soldiers.
Say it to that guy's face.
Yeah, exactly. Because I exactly.
Oh my God.
How dare that person?
Wow. Well, that just, it's so emblematic of exactly who leftists are.
Right.
There you have it. What more proof do you need of what total scumbags they are? It's just vile. Wow.
Yeah, you can call me a whiny Karen, but to say that about those people and the parents of those people, F you.
Yeah, for real.
That is emblematic. God.
Oh my God.
I want a divorce.
Okay, moving on, because Jesse Waters also did a fantastic story about yet another failed, it's basically Solyndra version 2.0. And it's the reason for my name today, Pro Maca. There's a company called Proterra, which used to make electric buses, Kamala's favorite. And now it has filed for bankruptcy. And this is, of course, another Democrat baby that has completely gone to utter crap because they have no idea what they're doing. The problem is that it's gone to crap with our money and made a whole bunch of people in Biden's orbit rich. Here's the story.
Kamala Harris was in Philadelphia today talking about her most cherished thing.
Workers are building electric buses.
Oh my God.
So people can get where they need to go.
What the vice president didn't tell you was America's biggest electric bus company just went belly up. The company's called Proterra, and it filed for bankruptcy this week. Proterra was Biden and Kamala's golden boy. It was the company that was supposed to eradicate diesel. Taxpayers were funding it, and now the money's gone. We don't know how many possible hundreds of millions of dollars we lost. We don't know where the money went. But we do know this bankrupt electric bus company had access to at least $8 billion.
Oh, my God.
Democrats thought they picked a winner. Kamala toured their factory. Mayor Pete toured their factory. Even Biden touted it.
We ought to be the single most significant suppliers of electric buses and vehicles in the world. You guys are getting us in the game. It's going to make a lot of difference.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now they're out of the game because the company was a scam. In California, the buses caught on fire. In Philly, they broke down. And in Alaska, the batteries froze in the cold. And in Minnesota, they stalled out on the hills. The wheels on the bus do not go round and round. And it takes a year to fix an electric bus because the parts are so rare. So why would the Democrats invest so much political capital and taxpayer capital in a broken electric bus company? Because it was a pump and dump scheme. Al Gore had millions invested in the company while he was lobbying the White House to herald it. George Soros had over $20 million invested in Proterra. Jennifer Granholm, Biden's energy secretary, sat on the company's board.
Shocker.
She held stock in Proterra while she was secretary and then sold it for about $1.5 million.
God, these people.
Joe Biden even put the Proterra CEO on a prestigious government board. And reports say Proterra insiders dumped their stock before the company went bankrupt.
Can you even?
This was a political pump and dump. Cash out before the crash. Proterra's stock is now worth 17 cents a share.
God.
This is like Solyndra. House Republicans need to...
I mean, it's...
Yeah, but I mean, at least they made their money.
Yeah, they got theirs. That's all that matters.
They all got rich. Surprise!
It's just it never ends. And then we got whoops, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
and then the trolls who are in here like, what? This is fine.
Yeah, exactly. The trolls come in and they're like, they're just whiny Karens. Yeah, okay.
Right.
And you know what? You paid for it too, you dipshit.
That's why I don't understand how they're so dumb,
right?
That they don't even know that their money is going to fund line the pockets of all these orbiters.
Yeah,
right.
And
while we lose out.
And this is the thing. And they're the first people that'll stand in line and go, I want some free stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think you want free stuff? They're the ones who are taking your money. It's like they can't see it. There's such a disconnect with these morons. Gosh, it's so infuriating.
These are the same people who are like, let's welcome all let's have open borders. Let's welcome everybody. Everybody needs to be here. Blah. Well, the border is absolutely out of control. Let's just show you a little update about who exactly is coming over. The picture that you can see on your screen if you're watching and not listening right now is of people carrying giant weapons that are coming over. And by the way, we don't know where they are now. Here's the story.
With the crisis along the southern border, we have pictures you will only see here on Fox News showing heavily armed operatives from drug cartels illegally crossing into this country. This comes as a delegation of Democratic lawmakers visits the region today. We have Fox team coverage. Madison Allworth on Randall's Island, New York, where locals are beginning to tear up athletic fields.
Oh yeah, this is a whole other story. So you see who's coming over, right? It's like the worst of the worst. Those people are not found. And now, like we mentioned earlier, Massachusetts declaring a state of emergency. In New York, it's gotten so bad that now your kids, if you're in New York, your kids are now suffering because of this.
To construct migrant shelters. Correspondent Bill Malugin, though, starts us off tonight live from Eagle Pass, Texas. Good evening, Bill.
Brett, good evening to you. Illegal crossings are starting to surge once again here at our southern border. This is after a lull during the month of June. Now Fox News has obtained some brand new, startling photographs showing it is not just asylum seekers crossing into the U.S. Startling exclusive images from the southern border as a group of suspected cartel gunmen are seen crossing illegally into Fronton, Texas in the Rio Grande Valley. A law enforcement source tells Fox it happened Saturday night. The men were armed with rifles and body armor, and elite Border Patrol BORTAC agents responded but couldn't find the gunman. Republican presidential candidate Ron DeSantis reacted on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, saying, quote, "Another example of why I will authorize use of deadly force at the border." The incident happened just days after an armed human smuggler was seen by a Texas DPS drone as he guided a group of illegal immigrants through the Rio Grande and Eagle Pass. He escaped back to Mexico. A delegation of House Democrats visited Eagle Pass today, where they criticized Texas Governor Greg Abbott and his deployment of razor wire and water buoys to the Rio Grande.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott has launched a barbaric campaign of cruelty against migrants. This operation isn't about border security. It's a political stunt.
There has never been any mistreatment of migrants. No one else is doing more right now than Governor Abbott and what we've been doing as far as the state of Texas.
In the meantime, illegal crossings at the southern border are beginning to spike again, up 30% in July over June, and the surge is continuing into August. Sources tell
New York City Mayor Eric Adams announcing the newest site for migrant housing, and it's on Randall's Island. But one group is fighting the plan due to the safety of children. Fox Business correspondent Madison Allworth is live from Randall's Island. She has more. Hi, Madison.
Hi, Dana. Yeah, these fields, they're used constantly by kids and teams in order to play soccer and other sports. And now they're being converted into migrant shelters. The city is moving fast. The parents and the coaches that we have spoken to, they are beyond frustrated that the city is taking away from their children.
It's absurd, outrage. Myself, as well as many of the clubs, is going to leave us in a lot of a situation where our kids are going to suffer.
You know, for those of us that live in New York City, we know that green space is hard to come by. And from talking to parents and coaches, they explained to me that the permitting process to get access to these fields, it is tedious. It is done months, if not years in advance. And now 4 to 5 fields being taken offline just like that. This was announced yesterday. Already, you can see behind me, they've started construction on these fields, converting it to that migrant shelter. And
screw American kids.
Right?
Screw the tax money that you put towards those places for your kids, because it's all about the kids who have come over here illegally. And furthermore, like if you're a rancher that lives on the Texas border, because there are a lot of ranches on the Texas border, and then you see guys, men, grown men, not women and children, but grown men coming across with guns, right? Assault weapons, like coming across the border with guns. What do you do? What do you do? Like I was talking to my husband about this yesterday, and he's like, if we actually had our ranch on the border and I saw a bunch of guys crossing into our property with a bunch of guns, I mean, what are you expected to do? Are you like, as a rancher, if that's your property, do you just, because you would want to protect your family.
Right. And I'm sure if they shot to kill, there would be consequences for them.
Right. That's what sucks. That's what sucks about our country right now, is that the ranchers are probably going to be held responsible for shooting these guys or trying to protect their own property, because this isn't America anymore. That's what sucks, because that happened to that guy in Arizona. Remember, we talked about that dude in Arizona who had the audacity to try to protect himself and his wife, and they are elderly. And then he got in trouble. I think he got arrested. I have no idea what ended up happening to that guy. He may be in jail still for all I know. But his poor wife, he protected his property because somebody came onto, his property. He just started, he was like, listen, you don't get to do that. You don't get to come onto my property. It's like castle doctrine. You don't get to do that. And then his poor wife is left to fend for herself on the ranch by herself. I mean, this is the thing. This is not okay, you guys. None of this is okay. And exactly, I thought they hated guns. And now the migrants are coming over with guns. Nothing. You don't hear anything from all of these. Where's AOC now, crying her ass at the border? Where is she in her white suit with her lipstick for a photo op, crying? Where is she now? She's nowhere to be found. And where are the trolls now in our comments? What do you have to say about that?
Oh, they'll
Seriously.
defend it. They'll defend it because that's who these idiots are.
They'll just say that we're whining about it. It's wine time 2023. Well, you have nothing to say about this, do you?
Well, probably because I blocked a lot of them already.
Good. That's good. I'm really glad. Yeah, good.
I mean, because they're out of control. I think it's just bots. You guys, the best thing you can do, because I'm not going to catch them all. The best thing you can do is just ignore them, honestly, because I can't. Sometimes they come in like it's an attack. You know what I mean? It's like one of those bot attacks. And it's just, just ignore them.
And then some of them are just, I mean, it's the you're whining kind of thing.
Right.
But but these people are silent. Remember they were talking about kids in cages?
Yeah.
These
well, in
people
fact, there was just another photo of people in cages.
They're in cages.
So I sent that to AOC and I was like, hi. Is your white suit clean?
Right.
Because you've got another photo op to get to. Or do you only go to those when it's like a Republican administration?
They totally do. They're such hypocrites. I mean, they were so loud about it when Trump was in office. And my God, the crossings were so much lower when he was in office. And now crickets.
Yeah.
Crickets from those people. Nothing. And
well,
it's like
all these
governors. It's not a problem.
All these governors of these states, like Massachusetts, all these governors who are like, oh, it's a state of emergency now. I would hope that people in New York, people who are seeing their kids lose out to opportunities because of these illegals, I would hope that that would become an issue in the 2024 election. And these people would be like, hey, why are things the way they are right now? And actually figure that out.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you can't count on people on the left to actually use critical thinking to understand why we're in the shape we're in right now.
Yeah.
There's a very clear answer. Very clear answer. You guys, if you're not cooking with olive oil, you're missing out on some tremendous health benefits. And if you care about the taste of your food, know that when you get oil from fresh pressed olive oil, it is the freshest, the most delicious, the most flavorful olive oil that you will ever have in your entire existence. We know this because they sent us some and had us do this really amazing taste test where we were taught how to smell it, kind of like wine. Remember how they were like, you put these different flavors in different little cups and then smell it and then taste a little bit. And the difference, I never thought that there was a difference between any of the olive oils on the grocery market shelves. And come to find out, so many of those have been on the shelves forever that there's no way that they can be fresh. When you get oil from chicksloveoliveoil.com, it is super fresh. It is tasty enough that you can just use it as a salad dressing on its own. You can use it to dip bread in. Just put a little garlic and Parmesan cheese in there. Oh, it's so good.
It really is good. I know.
It's so
now
good.
I'm hungry.
I know. God, I would
so
love
hungry.
a baguette
I know.
to dip right now because
I
this
know.
is, oh my God, this is the bomb. And this, by the way, full-size bottle of olive oil you can get for free. You just pay $1 for shipping. That's it. $1 to cover the shipping cost of a giant bottle of olive oil that you will get for free when you go to chicksloveoliveoil.com and taste the difference for yourself. You will be amazed. chicksloveoliveoil.com. All right. Trump and the debate. We're still kind of thinking that he's not going to come, but Trump is very, very clever because right now he's talking about whether or not he's going to go to the debate constantly. So in fact, he was speaking to a crowd yesterday and he did a poll in real time with the crowd. And so here is how that went.
They're all saying, is he going to go into the debate? And I say, I don't know. If you're leading by 50 and 60 and 70 points, do you do that or not? I don't know. Should I? Okay, you ready? Poll. We take a free poll. Should I do the debate? Well, maybe we'll do something else. See, some people say yes, but they hate to say it because it doesn't make sense to do it if you're leading by so much, but they like it for entertainment value because they're selfish. They're selfish. All right. to ever mean to be.
We're selfish, I guess.
I guess I'm totally selfish because I want him to do it. I think he
Same.
needs to do it.
Yeah, he needs to. And it would be an amazing thing if he actually keeps this whole thing going until the very last minute.
Yeah,
and
he's
just sort
going
of
to.
bursts onto the stage.
He's
right?
going to. This is like pure Trumpiness. This is what he's doing. He's working the crowd. That's how he does it.
I hope that that's what he does. I so don't want him to do a separate event. I think that's so unfair to America to like try to detract from something that everybody should be paying attention to.
Yeah.
I just think that would be really shitty, frankly.
Well, you know what? As a little tease, we talked to the guys from the Ruthless podcast yesterday, and we talked a little bit about whether or not they think he's going to do it. They have more of a pulse of Washington, that inside the Beltway. You know what I mean? And so they had some interesting perspectives on whether or not they think he's going to do it. So you guys should check that out on Saturday. It's coming out Saturday, that podcast. And it was really fun talking to them, by the way. Yeah, it was fun talking to them. The Ruthless podcast dudes, the 4 dudes and us.
The fellas. They go by the fellas.
I'm sorry, the fellas on the program.
On the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always fun to have them. And then, by the way, Josh was on Brett Baer's show last night. He was part of the panel on Special Report.
I
so
saw
was
that.
fun.
He's like in a suit, and I'm like, wait, I just talked to him this morning. He wasn't in a suit. That's so funny.
I know, he's so proper.
Weird. I know.
Speaking of candidates for 2024, Vivek also speaking out about illegal immigration, and he's such an effective and eloquent speaker. And he's relating it to his own family, which is always, I think that packs a punch. Here he is.
Being American, it means we believe in the rule of law. That if you're like my parents, you know what? You do get to come to this country legally through the front door if you want to follow the rules and pay your taxes and live according to our values. But it also means that your first act of entering this country cannot break the law. And that is why I will use our own military to secure our own southern border. That is what it means to be an American. Nations have borders.
Boom.
Yeah, why is that so hard?
I
mean, when somebody comes to your house, even like you, listen, you're my best friend on the planet, and you don't even come in through my back door. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's true.
It's true. Like it's like, listen, it'd be fine if you did, but like you come to the front door and you even knock most times. It's just like the right thing to do. This is the thing. Why is this such a hard thing for people to grasp? Like when you come into the country, you come in through the front door. You go in through the proper channels. That's what you do. It's the right thing to do. Why are people busting into our country and we're making excuses for them? And then we give their kids citizenship.
Yeah.
Like they've earned it somehow. Like because your parents broke the law, we're going to go ahead and just give you citizenship.
Yeah. And all the benefits that come with it.
Right. Like what is that? Since when did that become okay? It's not okay.
It's breaking and entering the country.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that.
Right.
No one should be in support of that.
It's like saying, oh, you robbed my house. Somebody robs my house. So your kids get all these benefits because your dad is a psychopath robber. It's what the hell is that? Why did that become okay? It's precisely what we're saying. Your parents broke the law. So you, as the kid of parents who are criminals, get all these rights.
Mm-hmm. And voting rights is, of course, included in that.
What? What is that?
It doesn't make any sense.
It makes zero sense.
Speaking of candidates, Mike Pence he's released a new campaign ad, and he's trying to be all like normal and like regular person filling up his gas tank on his pickup truck.
It's he doesn't know how. It's as if he's never filled a gas tank ever.
Right.
It's like in the past, however many years, he's not used the gas pump ever.
Because how like when you get out of your car, you got some things to do. You got to use your credit card, and then you have to press which kind of gas you want.
You have to squeeze the trigger.
Then you got to squeeze it, and then you got to. I mean, there's some steps that you take.
Right.
But in Mike Pence world, those, I guess, you just don't take those steps.
Just shove it in there, and that's all that's happening.
So here is his just absolutely cringe ad.
Mm-hmm.
Hey everybody, Mike Pence here. Remember $2 a gallon gas? I do. And then Joe Biden became president of the United States and launched his war on energy. Since that time, gasoline prices are up 60%. Electricity prices are up 25%. Joe Biden's war on energy is causing real hardship for working families, small businesses, and family farms. But we've got a plan to relieve all of that. We just unveiled the Pence energy plan that'll not only put our country back on a path to energy independence, but by 2040, we will reclaim America's role as the leading producer of energy in the world. Join us in the fight for American energy leadership by going to MikePence2024.com. We can lead the world once again to a more prosperous and a secure future for America.
It's just beeping. It's like, pay. Dude, you gotta pay.
It's not my concern. It's just not. It's not my concern, you guys. But did you notice when he pulled it out? Gas should have been spewing everywhere because he was squeezing it already. And I'm like,
that was not okay.
You know what would have been great is if he had his wife actually pump the gas.
Karen would never.
No. He's not that kind of guy. He actually pumps all of her gas. That's actually, you know what? Just a side note. My husband and I had this discussion the other day. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. But somebody said that the recipe for a happy marriage was for men to always pump their wives' gas, to always get their wives' gas. And I was like, honey, is that the recipe for a good marriage? Because he actually, when we're in the car together, he'll always pump my gas.
Mm-hmm.
But do I make him go get my gas for me? No, I don't do that. No, I mean, it's like I'll get my gas when I'm by myself, But I do. But he will get my gas when we're in the car together. I'm just curious what people think. I know that's a side note. It's just I just find that to be an interesting.
It's very sweet. I mean, my husband gets my gas a lot, but there's also times where I just get it.
You just get it yourself, yeah. Especially when it's like really low.
Well, because we have very different tolerance levels for how low the gas tank can be.
We sure do.
If mine is half a tank, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna run out.
Oh my
of
God,
gas.
I'm not that person. I am like
my husband is like
so
Kramer.
low.
Like he's always wanting to test the limits.
I am your husband. I am the person who I'm like, oh, I still have 25 miles left. I can go until
be a nervous wreck.
I can go on fumes, man. I'm like, it's fine. The car says I have like 25 miles left. I'm good. I'm totally good. I'm good. Yeah. So that's yeah. So it's just I thought that was an interesting commentary on marriage, and so
yeah,
it's very interesting.
I gotta have like all the gas. All of it.
Yeah, I know that about you. You're so with safety and security, and I'm like, let's go. I'm Thelma and Louise. Woo! Another difference between the two of us.
Yeah, if we were flying off the cliff in a car, I'd be like, do we have enough gas though? Did we fill up before we're doing the dive off the cliff?
Like, are the windows clean? Maybe we should. Yeah. I just feel like rolling my eyes at her the whole time. Totally. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For weeks and weeks and weeks, people have been asking, where in the world is Peter Doocy?
Where is he?
I am pleased to report that he is back at Fox News, and he has just been taking a lot of time off with his brand new baby girl, who he talks about right here.
All right, so Joe Biden's been on vacation. Peter, where have you been for the last couple of weeks?
Everyone's been asking.
I was with my daughter, Bridget.
Gee, do you have any pictures?
We do have some pictures. We scrolled back through with the phone. We've got a couple. What's the first one? Or should I just hold up my phone? There's about 1,000. There we go.
Oh, my God.
So there's Bridget. A striking resemblance to her father.
Indeed, in the backyard.
And then there we are. That's
ruffles on the bottom.
we were dipping her in a baby pool, so that's her swimsuit. And then the next one, there she is in a future president onesie. So keep an eye out for that for the Fox News Democracy 2060.
So Peter, what was the routine for you when you were off? Give me an idea. You wake up what time? Noon?
She is a good sleeper. So yeah, we would wake up about 11:30 and then go for brunch. No, we every day at 7 a.m. she got up. I got up with her. Give her a bottle. We'd go for a walk. do some playtime. Now she's eating solid food, which isn't very solid. It's just
And
some
so are
mushed
you.
up fruits and vegetables.
What was her first? What was her first solid food?
She had sweet potato
See,
and
that's
really
usually
liked
what you
it.
do.
Yeah. And so we would do that, and then we would make her a big sandwich with all the leftovers. Then
Do a lot
just
of
toss it in the
avocado.
blender.
They say avocado makes them smart. But now you have to come back to work, right? I guess you got to pay for college.
That's right. We do have to pay for college. Although she's very long, so we're hoping for like a basketball scholarship, maybe
Very
swimming.
long. You know what? She's very long. She's going to be tall.
She's
what
very
a
long.
cutie. Oh my God.
I know.
She's so squishy. They're so squishy and adorable and bald. I need a baby. I can't wait till our grandson is born. He's born next month, you guys. The due
Oh
date,
my
I think, is
gosh.
September 13th.
That is coming up.
It's
and
coming
she may
up.
not last that long.
It may, it may be early. Yeah, because she
Yeah.
is so pregnant. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Alan Dershowitz he lives at Martha's Vineyard because of course he does. And he is experiencing a very localized cancellation event, if you will, that he describes to Greta. And this is all about the fact that he, as a lawyer, has defended Donald Trump from time to time because he actually has the ability to be impartial and fair. Even though he is not a supporter of Donald Trump's, he has defended him on legal matters. And so this apparently is not okay. And here is what's happening to him as a result.
The irony of this is that I used to represent people charged with murder, and people would, I never got ostracized. I mean, and I was never for murder or anything, but you dare represent Donald Trump, you're going to be ostracized. I mean, it's just amazing how they made it. Okay.
Let me give you an example of what's occurring while we speak. A mile from here, Martha's Vineyard has its book fair. I am probably the man who's written more books than any person in the history of Martha's Vineyard. And I probably sold more books than anybody who's speaking at the book fair. But I've been canceled. My books are not allowed to be sold at the Martha's Vineyard Chilmark Book Fair because I defended Donald Trump. Until I defended Donald Trump, my books were featured every year at the book fair. I couldn't care less about that. I sell thousands of books.
Yeah,
but you think the people of Martha's Vineyard would want to make sure that a book fair doesn't become a book unfair in which people are canceled because of exercising Sixth Amendment and First Amendment rights. Shame on the Chilmark and Martha's Vineyard Book Fair.
Yeah.
Professor Alan Dershowitz, thank you.
Shame on them is right.
Right?
God,
so stupid.
What a bunch of closed-minded weirdos. And it's so true. Like all those people, I've thought about that a lot since, Trump left office. And they all loved him before the narrative became, you have to hate him. It's like these people are just incapable of critical thought.
Totally incapable.
They're just sheep, man. They're lobotomized sheep is what they are.
I know your daughter and her friends went and saw the Barbie movie.
They
and
did.
Everybody has seen this movie. Like, it's made billions of dollars. I've not seen it. I haven't had an interest in seeing it. I know it's causing fights, not fights, but disagreements at the Daily Wire, for example. So I think it's Michael Knowles who thought it was fantastic. Ben Shapiro thought it was terrible. All kinds of people are weighing in about this movie.
And you know what Gwen said? I asked her again yesterday. I'm like, people are still fighting about this. What? Tell me, like, in one word, can you sum it up? And she goes, Mom, it was just boring. That's what seriously, that is what she said about it. I cannot get her to say anything else except for that. So maybe I just need to see it for myself.
I know. Well, I'm not going to pay for it. Like, once it hits Netflix or what, I mean, I guess I will be paying for it ultimately, but I'm not going to go to the theater and
I
spend
won't
money
either.
on it.
Mm-mm.
But that means that, I can offer you no opinion about the Barbie movie. I just know that I appreciated Joe Rogan's take, which is just like, it's an effing doll movie, you guys.
Right. Exactly.
The Barbie movie?
I know.
No, I have not. No, sir.
It's Post Malone.
A lot of people are upset about the Barbie movie, and I left perplexed. Did you see it? Yeah, it was a fun movie. Was it good? Fun, silly movie about dolls who come to life. But it's, a lot of it is about the patriarchy. Sure. And, it's a comedy. It's a comedy about dolls. Sure. So people are like, people are upset that it's this. like progressive metaphor for life, that it's, that they're pushing progressive politics in this. I'm like, it's a fucking doll movie.
Yeah.
It's a doll movie.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie about dolls who come to life and try to interact with the real world. And there's this lady in it who's this mom who, I'm spoiler alert, who makes Barbie feel sad because she's playing with Barbie and she has sad feelings. It's a fucking interesting movie. It's like, because I was like, wow, this is an original movie. Like, no one's ever done a movie like this before. It's not like anything else you could say. It was a bizarre movie, but it was a fun, silly movie. I laughed. But at the end of it, I was like, how did people get outraged at that? Like, they were saying it's I know some people personally who said it's anti-men. I'm like, no, it's making fun of dorks. It's making fun. It's fun. You didn't think it was fun? Like, if that was a real person, that happening to them, isn't that fun?
So there's his take.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to since Gwen said it was boring. I don't know what that says about her, other than the fact that she's never really been a big movie kid. And she loved Barbies when she was younger, but then she stopped with that phase. And so now she's just like, whatever. I think she's just at this point, she was like, whatever with the movie.
Yeah.
What that says about her, I'm not really sure. But
and maybe there were themes in it that were more adult themes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
She just didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
She didn't really enjoy the movie. And that was the word that she described it as. So take that for what it is.
I just wonder if like people are just trying to look for reasons to be outraged where maybe there aren't any. I don't know because I haven't seen it.
Or I think it maybe, I don't know if it's particularly geared towards children.
Right. That's my point. But there's a lot of adults who are like making waves about this thing.
Yeah. And I think they're taking their young girls thinking, oh, this is going to be like a kid movie. I just don't know if it's necessarily a kid's movie. I think it's just a weird movie that has some adult themes woven through it. And so the young girls that do go are like, this is kind of weird and boring. And I think that's kind of why my daughter was like, this is weird and boring. I would rather be swimming with my friends. It's like, can we go shop or something, Mom? Because this is dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's,
I know some people mentioned this video that we're about to play earlier, and you referenced it earlier. This is a woman who has been living in complete solitude ever since COVID. And so now she has decided to rent out. She's dying to see the Barbie movie. So she's decided to rent out a theater on her own. And there's a lot of rules about how this is going to work. She's inviting people to come, but there are rules. It is so freaking batshit that it just I can barely comprehend that this woman is a real person, but in fact she is. Take a listen. That's not her. First, I wanted to show you Laura Trump because look at her, you guys. Like look at her. Look at her physique.
I almost think that it's too much.
I mean, this is incredible.
Yeah, she's amazing, but like,
holy crap. I had no idea that she was this.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah,
she's
totally like a fitness fanatic. Yeah.
Oh my God. And she does like the things with the rings, like where she does one arm things.
She's been doing this for years. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. She's a beast.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
she's a total beast. Like she works out hours and hours and hours a day.
Clearly. Because that, oh my God, right there. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right.
I don't remember the last time I went to see
a movie.
I don't love going to the movie theater. But I'll tell you what, it pisses me off that I can't go see Barbie. I want to go see it. Even if it is white feminism. I want to be able to go. So I'm doing a thing. And if you live in the Pacific Northwest, you can do a thing with me. Here's what it is. Next week, which is July 31st, August 1st, someday next week on a weekday, I am renting out a theater in Northwest Portland. The entire theater. The whole theater. The theater seats 46 people, I think. We're only going to do 20 tickets. So me and 19 other people. That's it. In addition to that, there will be one employee. So the entire building, the entire cinema is going to be one employee plus 20 attendees. That's it. We are the only people in the building, and every single person, including that employee, is going to be wearing an N95 the entire time. The employee's going to put it on before they enter the building. They've been chosen specifically for this purpose. They seem to get it. If you show up because you bought a ticket, I need to see a KN94 well fitted, or a 95 well fitted, or a P100. And if I see a baggy mask, I'm going to tell you to take it off and put on one that I hand you. I'm holding onto a bunch of masks. Choose the one you like best. There are no concessions during the movie. They're not even going to open it up. Do not bother bringing food or drinks. You may not take your mask off in the movie. If you need to scratch your nose or you need to take a sip of water, you need to get up, exit the theater, do that, and then come back.
Oh my God.
They're going to be medically fragile people there. This is their first opportunity in 3.5 years, so we are not fucking around here, folks.
I mean, she goes on.
She goes on and on. She's like, there will
on.
be. She goes, there will be no kids. I don't do kids. I mean, she goes on and on. She is batshit.
But I mean, look at her. She is a picture of health.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she knows what it takes to stay healthy. So.
She's what a lot of ministers of health look like in our world. Yeah,
exactly.
And then telling all of us, what to do with our health. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 years. She hasn't left her home in 3 years.
You guys, the comments, because I went and found that on TikTok. So many comments were from people saying, thank you so much for doing this. If I were closer, I would totally come. Like, I don't know if she just deleted all the people that were like, what is wrong with you or what? But every single comment were people grateful to her for doing this. People that are still living scared and staying in their homes, isolated completely. It's insane. Insane.
Yeah. This is just,
my God.
And we know who they vote for.
Exactly. We know. Oh, look, somebody wants to do early flaps.
Are you doing early flaps? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing early flaps? He's like, I see Miriam. Nice.
Do him. Give him a kiss. Let's get one.
Oh my God, he flapped early. That was so weird. Why are you flapping early?
That's perfect because it's time for whack, and
oh my
is
gosh,
excited.
It's time for whack. Yes. Okay, my whack today is a lady who eats toilet paper. You guys. Now, most people they say spend I think it's like $200 a year on toilet paper. This
I
lady,
didn't know that. That's an interesting
it's like
factoid.
$180 a year we spend on toilet paper, something like that, upwards of that. For a family, we spend that much
for
on
an
toilet
orbit,
paper.
I'm just trying to.
I don't think it's an orbit. I don't think it's an orbit. I haven't done the math on the orbit, but we spend about roughly around 100. I think it's around $180, $200 on toilet paper. And this lady spends upwards of $3,000 a year, like $2,700 to $3,000 a year on toilet paper. She eats it, and she's not embarrassed by it, which is even freakier and more. It's more batshit because she'll go to the nail salon. She'll eat toilet paper. She goes out in public. She eats toilet paper. I mean, and then there's a part where we probably won't get to it because it's a pretty long video. It's like a 4-minute video, but there's a part where they interview her ex-boyfriend. And he's like, she cray, He's just like, you don't eat toilet paper. All right. And so
that can't be good for her.
She's like, and it has no calories. And it's like, yeah, but it's toilet paper.
It's not actual food, you moron.
Right. And so she eats it all the time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'll just start playing. You tell me when to stop.
Okay. Toilet paper from the second I get up in the morning. Sometimes before I even brush my teeth. The moment I get up, especially on a beautiful day like this, the birds are chirping, it's nice out. Beautiful spring day, what's better to go with some toilet paper?
What's better?
Basically, I eat toilet paper all day, every day.
All day long.
It's so good, it really it hits the spot. And guess what?
She seems smart.
All day long. She eats it all day long, you guys. There's a video of her seriously getting her nails done and she's eating it. And then the lady doing her nails was like, what the heck are you doing?
And she's just like, what?
She's like, what? It's good. Yeah. And she's sitting there she's in her house eating it. Yeah, it's real. It's totally real. Absolutely real. Yeah. Eating toilet paper. And her ex-boyfriend was the best though. Cause he's like, that chick is whack. You don't do that. I mean, like we
That's
would have had a
definitely
good
whack.
relationship if it wasn't for the fact that she ate toilet paper all the time. Yeah, I mean, this happens. People eat really weird things. Pica. Yeah.
Those are my favorite stories.
Yeah, like remember I think we talked on the radio one time about a woman that drank paint.
Yeah, well, and then of course the most famous one of the woman who ate her husband's cremated ashes.
Yeah, and
that was the one that I was like,
and that's a finite thing. You know, there's
Right.
only so many ashes you have of your dead husband, and then you're gonna run out. And
that
then
was
what do
the
you do?
problem. That was the whole reason that she finally sought help, because she was worried that she was going to run out of that particular
You
orbit.
have an urn of ashes. It's not like you can go out and buy some more.
No.
So yeah, somebody, and that is a great it's a great comment, Bill. Her butt is self-wiping. Because I mean, when it comes out,
that is
I mean, that's the one positive to this story. Her
I doubt
butt
it works
maybe
that way though.
I don't know if it works that way.
So many people to thank. Oh my gosh. I have been terrible. Okay. I thanked Pamela. I know that. Leah, thank you. Leah says family orbit can include extended family and friends. Okay. So
Oh.
that's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Eugene, thank you. Eugene says orbit equals fart in the windstorm. I don't understand what that means.
I don't know.
Leah,
don't
thank you
know.
again. Leah says, so you've never heard of the politician from New Hampshire called Dick Sweat? That cannot be real.
That is not real.
Is that real?
He has to go by Richard. He cannot go by Dick. He can't.
Well,
he
Dick
just
Trickle
cannot.
was that wasn't there like a NASCAR or some sort of
Yeah,
race car
but
driver?
Dick Sweat.
How is it better or worse than Dick Trickle?
I feel like it's a little bit better.
Is
I think Dick Trickle is a little bit better than. Okay, it's not. It's not at all. It's not. I'm just trying. I'm just trying. It's not better.
Oh my gosh, Shannon, thank you. Shannon says, love and respect to my morning heroes and the Chick Orbit family. Mad Cow Mark says, I sent you a message weeks ago telling you where some trolls are coming from. I don't know where you sent that message. If it was an email, I don't. You have to be specific about where that is.
Yeah, because we have a lot
get
of
messages,
where
places that we don't look.
They fall. That's right. They just fall where they may.
Like if you're sending it on Instagram.
Oh God!
No way have I seen that.
My bio basically says I check my messages here once every 10 years. That's my bio.
I mean, yeah. Thank you again, Pamela Carpenter and Morgan. Morgan says the U.S. military is not to be used on U.S. soil. The Insurrection Act of 1807 and the Posse Comitatus Act, I have no idea if I'm saying that right, of 1878 protect us from the dangerous potential. So that is interesting because that would, I mean, Vivek and DeSantis and other people who are saying we're sending our own troops down to protect our border, then maybe that won't work. I don't know what that means.
Really? We can't even use the National Guard to do that? We can't do that?
I mean,
it seems kind of okay.
Yeah, right. I will have to look that up. And Pamela Carpenter again says, you are Thelma and Louise, and I love Peter.
We are a little Thelma and Louise.
We're a little Thelma
we're
and
not
Louise-ish.
planning on driving off a cliff anytime soon. I actually watched that movie the other day. That's why it was
Really?
on my mind. Yeah. I think that was Brad Pitt's first movie. And
that was a good movie for him. Oh my goodness. Very, very good. I mean, because I like that look. I love the Fight Club look. And Legends of the Fall. I love that
Really
look.
good look.
I love Meet Joe Black look. He's got
really
a lot of
is
good looks.
So many good looks.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, reminder that if you haven't gotten your limited edition original MyPillow from mypillow.com/chicks, now's a great time because they're celebrating their 20th anniversary. They got huge sales going on. You can get queen size for less than $20 right now. So hurry, hurry, hurry. mypillow.com/chicks. Stock up for your orbit. You might have presents to give to your orbiters this Christmas. That's a great gift. Anything from mypillow.com/chicks is a great gift. So get to it and order something today. All right, let's get to some MyPillow talks. This guy, I think a lot of us can relate to.
I hate when you're at the doctor's office and it's time to weigh yourself and you go to take your shoes off before you step on the scale. And the nurse is like, oh, you don't need to do that. You can leave your shoes on. I'm sorry.
Really?
If I'm stepping on any scale, I'm taking my Invisalign out. I'm not having anything weigh me down.
Exactly.
When you're at the doctor.
It's so true. I mean, don't we all do that? Like
I take hair ties out.
Right. If I could strip down, I would do that. But there are other people walking by. You know what I mean? It's like, is that inappropriate if I just get down into my skivvies? Because I would do that.
I mean, you want the best opportunity for success, right?
I know. It's like I'm a competitor. I feel like I want to do my best in this
That's
situation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I know I show clips from that You Should Know podcast from time to time, those two
Mhm.
guys that are always cracking each other up. Well, there's another pair of podcasters, including Joe Santagato, who I've followed forever. And now he does one as well that just cracks me up. It's just these two friends that are so ridiculous. And so I want to do this when you and I are together for debate night. I would love to make a video of us playing that game where I say a word and you say a word that immediately comes to your mind because of that word.
Yes.
So they played this game, you guys, and Joey Santagato could not get himself to actually say words. And I was dying. You have to see this.
Word association. Ready?
Yes.
First word that comes to mind.
Okay.
Bird. Feeder. Hot.
Cold.
More.
Bitch.
What?
More bitch.
I don't know. It's
Okay.
the first word that came to my mind.
Fuck.
Teeth.
Gay.
Me. Marble. Bike.
Yo, I can't say words.
We have to do this.
Brunch.
We have to.
Word association. Ready?
I was
First
dying.
Oh my
I mean-
God. It's going to be epic. We will so do this.
I love that.
I
love that game.
need to do it where I spit words out to you, and then you have to do it where you spit words out to me.
Yeah,
we'll have
for
to
sure.
do that for sure. And we cannot know the words in advance.
No, I don't know how we'll
you
do that.
cannot know. We're just gonna have to do words. Like I'll pick words, and then you're gonna pick words, and we're just gonna do it, and it's gonna be awesome.
Okay, moving on. There is such a thing as girl math. And this particular girl is going to describe what it means to use girl math. And I think all of us girls are going to agree. We use this math a lot. This is this is math for me.
Here's a list of things that I firmly believe because of girl math. Anything under $5 is free. Anything I buy with a gift card is free. If I buy something but then I return it, I've made money.
Yes.
Going to an event or a concert is free because I purchased the tickets so long ago, it doesn't even count. I load my Starbucks app in advance, so Starbucks is free. Anything discounted more than 50% is free, and I am losing money by not getting it. If I'm paying something back for dinner and I have money in Venmo, that dinner is free. If I don't buy something, if I don't buy a pair of shorts for $50, I've made $50 and I can then go spend $50 on something else. Okay, this one's a little bit weird, but my husband and I share credit cards and a bank account, but somehow every time that he puts down his card with his name on it, that's free and he paid. Here's a list of things that I firmly believe because of girl math.
I mean,
It's true.
my mind totally works that way.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, that is true.
Good.
That is girl math. Yeah,
It's girl math.
it's true.
I didn't know there was a name for it, and now I do. And so that's really, really good.
That was really enlightening.
I don't know. This guy he writes songs clearly, and he's very, very talented. And so he has written a verse, if you will, directed at Apple Maps or pretty much any GPS system. If you think about it, especially the ones that say your destination or your turn is 1,000 feet away. He speaks for me. Perhaps he speaks for some of you as well.
Dear Apple Maps, I don't know what 1,000 feet is.
It's so true. I don't.
I have no idea what that looks
then
like.
when you're looking at it visually, it'll show you, and you're like, "Oh, it's not that far," and then all of a sudden it's right there, and you're like, "Damn it!" and you miss it. This happens to me constantly,
all the time.
all the time. Mm-hmm. I don't know what 1,000 feet
does
is.
everybody want to see whether or not Libby likes shrimp?
I do.
Miss Chompy Chomps.
Chompies.
Okay.
Yeah, like real shrimp.
Yeah, little shrimpies.
Little shrimp.
Shrimp.
Oh, does she like it? She likes it. She like the high speed chomps. She likes the shrimp, you guys. God, She's so cute. I
Oh my
cannot take
God.
it.
I love her so much.
Oh my God. Look at that face. She's so fuzzy. Oh, I dropped some. Shrimp.
14 out of
10. Mhm.
14 out
Good.
of 10.
Right.
Yeah, she likes it.
It's good.
Also, this dog is just hilarious looking. And when you put the sound over it, it's even more hilarious.
What are you doing? Are you taking a piss of me because I'm so cute?
Oh my God.
He's so shivery. He's like
Dog needs
trembling.
a sweater. I usually don't condone, I don't like the sweaters on dogs, but that dog needs a parka.
He's very trembly. He's
So
like Amy
trembly.
Klobuchar, remember?
Right. So Amy Klobuchar.
So trembly.
Yeah.
And then lastly for today, we have a very can't be bothered cat. This is the lamest, like laziest meow. And the cat does the meow in response to the owner meowing. Here it is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
need one.
Yeah.
I need that cat.
Anyway.
They're not all like that, right? I mean, I've never had a
No.
cat, like really had a cat.
No,
I
my cat
need-
didn't sound like that.
I need that cat.
Anyway, those are your talks for today.
Can I mail order one just like that?
You cannot specify the cat that you get. I mean, you just
Sometimes
never
they-
know.
And
It's
then
like a box of
sometimes-
chocolates.
Just need one just like that because I want one that's like that, but I'll get the one that just attacks me in my sleep. That's what I would get.
You
This is
would.
the
You would
thing,
totally
guys.
get
I
that
would
one.
totally get that. I'd get that cat. You guys bring it in. Now he already
He did already
flapped. Are you
flap.
gonna flap again? You gonna flap again? Come here, baby. Come here. He sees
He's
cows.
Yeah, he sees
He
cows.
sees
or
cows.
something.
He sees the cows outside. You coming over here? You coming over here?
Yay!
Oh, you're gonna come
Oh
over
my
again. We're
gosh.
so social today. Come here.
Double
Come here. No
flap
one wants to
today?
see your butt. Come here. Come over here. Come over here. No, I need to see your face. No. Oh, he's smelling Joe Biden. Joe Biden. I have a little thing of Joe Biden over here.
What?
He was smelling this. I have a Joe Biden pencil holder. You guys, he was smelling that. That's what he was doing.
All right. Well, he can't be.
I
bothered
didn't
right
bring
now.
it in appropriately. You guys have
did.
the
I brought
best
it
Wednesday.
way-
Have the best Wednesday. Cash is going to go bark at some cows, and we will talk to you tomorrow morning.